Hello and welcome to Platform Studio. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to create exterior night environment in 3DsMax using Vdfr. This is the final image and all the textures and models I have used to create the scene will be provided in the links, so you can download and practice it. So let's get started. Here I have a 3D model of an exterior of a building without any material assigned. To make a realistic render, I like to create the camera first. To create and place the camera, let's go to the top view first. Then now go to create tab. In create tab, the fourth icon is the camera icon. Select it and then select Vdfr. In Vdfr camera object type, select Vdfr physical camera. It's a still camera, and in the viewport click on the exact location you want your camera to be, then drag the view towards the exterior. But now you can see the camera is at ground level. If you observe, you will see the z-axis is 0. So click on the select and move icon and pull the camera on z-axis or upwards. Now the camera is tilted and it's facing towards the ground. To fix that, select the camera, go to camera view and click on the select camera target. Now you can adjust the camera view by dragging it up the camera target. To see the full camera view, click on Vdfr cam and select show save frames. Now we can see the viewport is showing the original camera ratio, which is 16:9 by default in Max 2021. I'm adjusting the camera target a little bit here. Now you can see the vertical edges of the building are not right angled and it looks kinda tilted. To fix that, select the camera again, go to modify tab, scroll down and find tilt and shift. Here select automatic vertical tilt and the view will straighten up. It's not a necessary thing to do rather than a stylistic choice. In the tilt and shift option, you can also shift the camera up and down or left or right. That's all we need to do for camera settings, nothing else. Now to create an environmental light, go to create tab again and select the light icon. Select Vdfr, then Vdfr light, and in the light type, select dome light. Click on the viewport to put the dome light. I will increase the multiplier to 20. Now we have a light source to light up the environment. Now to import an Hdri environment map, go to rendering, material editor, compact material editor. Here you will find many slots to create maps and materials. First select a slot. Now select get material on the left corner, this little icon. Find maps and select Vdfr. Here you will find Vdfr bitmap option. In older versions of Vdfr there was Vdfr Hdri map option, but now they have merged it with bitmap. If you are using an older Vdfr, select Vdfr Hdri map. Now I'm selecting Vdfr bitmap by double clicking it. So in the bitmap option there is no map here, so I will import an Hdri map. I have HDRI sky here, which is suitable for night environment. So I'll click open and the map will be here, and in the mapping type select spherical. This is important. So here we have HDRI map imported. Now we have to put this map into the dome light. Select the dome light, go to modify tab, and in the no map option just drag the HDRI map and put it there, and the method will be instance. Now we have to put this HDRI map into environment. Go to rendering, environment, and in the environment map option do the same thing, drag and put the HDRI map there. Method will be instance. So now we can see the environment has a background of that HDRI we have selected. So if this doesn't show up, go to configure viewports, go to background and select use environment background and apply it to active view, then it will show. Okay, now we have a HDRI environment and HDRI light. So let's see how it looks. So the basic environment light is here, and we will get to other lights later. Now I want to make a little adjustment to our HDRI map. Let's go to material editor, compact material editor, and select the HDRI map. Here you will find the rotation option, horizontal rotation. I want to rotate it and put some trees behind the building. Yeah, if you want to rotate it, you can rotate it here. So this looks better to me. Now let's make some materials. I will go to perspective view because it's easy to apply materials here. Now at first I have to make some glasses. Fortunately in new Vdfr you have pre-made Vdfr glasses. You just have to import it. Select Vdfr material library and select glass, and here there are so many types of glasses here. I will select glass window cement gray, this one. You can see, just put it on the glass. So it's not showing, the glass is not showing on the view. I don't know what is the problem. It's not showing on the active viewport. Let's go to rendered views so that we can see if the glasses are there or not. Let's render it. Yeah, the glasses are here, but it's not showing on the viewport. I think I have changed something in the viewport setting. It's on performance mode. Let's switch to standard. Okay, yeah, I have switched to standard mode, so the glasses are showing now. It was in performance mode before. So let's make another material. This time I will just make a material myself from textures. Let's click on physical material and find materials, then find Vdfr and select Vdfr MTL. That's it, Vdfr material, Vdfr MTL. So this is a basic Vdfr material. You have to put textures on it. So go to maps, and here you will find many slots. The diffuse slot is actually the main color slot or main texture slot. So I have some textures here. Let's make some cluster. So I will put the color option, the color texture into diffuse. So you can see it has the texture of the plaster here, and to make the material more richer, I will also select the gloss map into glossiness, the normal map into bump, and I will put the reflect map into reflect. So that's our plaster material. You can see after putting the bump map, it's little bumpy and realistic. So let's see if it shows. Yeah, and the texture is there. Now let's make another material. Let's go to physical material, Vdfr. This is a basic video material. You have to put textures on the maps, and in the diffuse option you will put the color, and I need some concrete. Let's see some previews of concrete textures I have. Concrete plates too. I really like this texture. Maybe I'll put it. So let's check the others. This one is gone. Okay. Concrete plates too. It looks good. So let's find concrete plates 2 folder. Here it is. So here are the maps. So again, the color map into diffuse. You can see it. We got the texture. Now here we have an extra map which is displacement map. They put it on the displace option and decrease the displace like 0.5 or 0.2. Yeah, 0.2 is okay. Then put the normal map into bump. Reflect map into reflect. And the gloss map into glossiness. So here I want this concrete to be a little shiny. First let's put it on the model. You can see the textures, it looks good. I want it little reflective, little glossy. So how to make it a little glossy or reflective? Let's try it out. Select the material, scroll up, and in the reflect whiteness put it a little down, click OK, and glossiness make it 0.9 or around 0.9. So then go to the M and select output, and output amount for reflectiveness I will select 50, and let's go back, and for the output amount for glossiness I will select like 50. I will put 15. Now you can see on preview it looks a little glossy and reflective. That's what I wanted. So that's the second material. Let's see how they look on render. Looks okay. Oh, it looks okay. Okay, cancel it. So we have put grass textures over the green areas, but to make more realistic grass we will use Vdfr. So I will show you now how to use Vdfr for realistic grass. I will first select the plane and go to create tab, and in the first option you will find Vray, and here select Vdfr. Then the Vdfr is created. Now you have to modify it to look like grass. I will increase the length, thickness, and I will also decrease the gravity and decrease the bend, and I will put 1 in taper. And direction variations, I will increase it by 0.3, length variation 0.3 or 0.4, thickness variation 0.3, gravity variation 0.3, and curl variation 0.3. So this will look like grasses, and for distribution I will select 2 per area. So let's go to camera view and let's see in rendered view if it's showing. Yeah, the grasses are showing. You can see the Vdfr is working, but the grasses don't have any textures applied to them, so the green is little bright. Now I will select the other planes, the planes that will show in camera view, and I will apply Vdfr on them. First select the plane and go to the first icon, click on Vray and Vdfr, and the parameters will be the same that you have put earlier. Again select another and click Vdfr. So I have created Vdfr on 3 planes that my camera will show, and now I will select the 3 frames and apply the grass textures on them so that the grasses have the same textures as below. Cool. You can see the colors of the grasses have changed. Now, interesting thing, for the road I am going to use a Vray blend material. So if you want to learn how to make a Vray blend material, just pay attention to it. I will select a slot and I will create a Vray material. So for road of course I will import some asphalt textures. Here I have asphalt texture folder. So I have 2 color variations. For the first material I will select the darker one and displacement map, and I will decrease it by 0.5. Then gloss map to glossiness, and normal map to bump, and reflect map to reflect. So this will be our base material. For Vray blend material we have to make 2 materials. So I have now just copied the first material and I will just replace the diffuse map with the lighter one. So you can see we have just replaced the diffuse map with the lighter one. I will increase the bump of the lighter map. So let's go back to the first material and make it really reflective and glossy. Go to output amount, FMV 50, and for glossiness, the output amount, let's choose like 20. Yeah, it looks really reflective and glossy, you can see. Then I will increase the reflectiveness a little bit. Let's put 70 there, because I want this part to be wet and this material I want it to be dry, but I will still put some reflectiveness into it. But the output amount will be less than the other material. It will be around 30, maybe 20. And the glossiness, I will put like 12, okay, maybe 15. So I have two materials. Now we have to create a blend material which will consist these two materials. So select another slot and click on the physical material. So now instead of selecting Vray MTL, we will select Vray blend material, discard all material. Okay, now we have empty Vray blend material slot. So for the base material, I will use the first material we have created, method will be instance, and for the coat material we will use the second dry one for the coat material. Now you can see there is no blender map here, so we have to put a blender map. I have already collected a blender map here. It will make the road reflective and it will more create it like puddles. I've already made a tutorial about this. If you're interested, you can see the full tutorial. So the scale of the blender is not consistent here. It's too small, so I will increase the size. It's still small. I want the blender to be really, no, it's still small, and this looks okay, and maybe a little larger. Yeah, this looks okay. So the black parts will be wet and the white parts will be dry. Let's see how it looks in render. It looks impressive to me. Doesn't look bad. So you can see in the blender map, the black parts are more shiny, more reflective and looks wet, and the white parts looks drier. So that's how you create a Vray blend material. So now we will import some 3D models of trees and a car to make the scene more realistic. So I will import the trees first. Here I have some 3D models and plants and trees. Let's go to preview first, which trees I want to import. This one looks good. Let's find this one. Yeah, this one, number 15. Drag and merge and click open. So it will take a little time to get imported. So important thing here, after you import an object or model inside your scene, make it a Vdfr mesh export so that your scene will not get heavy. First select the tree and press the right button of your mouse and go to Vdfr mesh export and click automatically create proxies, and faces in preview click it 50 or 50%. Press OK. So if you do this process, then the file size will not get large, but you will still have the same quality of render. So I have made the trees proxy trees. I will just copy and put it in several places. So Vdfr mesh export is really important. It really helps you to copy the trees and make the file lighter and make it more easier to handle all the trees and all the models you import. Always use Vdfr mesh export. Now I will select another tree or another plant. Which one? This one, number 3 looks good, number 1 also looks good. Let's select number 3 and also merge, open, wait for a little bit, and first put it in your scene and then Vdfr mesh export. Make sure it's checked automatically create proxies and press OK, and it will create a proxy. Now you can put it wherever you want to. So I will keep importing trees and I will placing them wherever I want and wherever I feel it looks good. So you can follow this. So I have imported and placed all the trees. Now let's import a car. I have a model of a car here. So I will not make it a proxy because I will show you later what is the reason. First let's place the car. Make sure it's touching the road. I will just shift the camera a little more. Yeah, this looks okay. So now make sure the car is touching the ground. As you can see, it was like hovering a little bit. And then ungroup it. Ungroup it and then you can see that you can select every parts of the car individually. So I will put the Vdfr light material into headlights so that it looks like it will look like it's glowing in the dark. It's emitting light. And now the part where we will put lights into the scene, not the environment lights. So again, go to lights, Vdfr light, and for the headlight of the car I will select disc lights because the headlights are quite rounded shape, so I want something round. It's way too big. I will decrease the size. I will decrease the radius to fit the size of the headlights, and I will rotate it not in that way. I will rotate it and make it face towards the road, and then I will place it in front of the headlights. And I will decrease the radius a little bit, and I will put a warmer color so that it matches with the color of the headlights, and I will increase the multiplier by a lot, like 800, and I will click target it so that it targets the ground, or I will just pull up the target a little bit like this. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, that make the light invisible. I will show you later how to do it. Now I'm just copying it in instance method, so two of the lights will be the same. And now create some lights for the lamp post we have placed. Again, we will select a disc light, and I will go to top view to make sure it's placed underneath the lamp post exactly. You can put other kind of lights. You can also put a plain light here, but I'm putting a disc light. will decrease the radius and increase the multiplier by 1500, and I will put a warmer tone. And I will pull up to match the height of the actual street light, and then I will copy it, and the method will be instance, so that the two lights remain consistent, and I will put it under the second lamppost. Yeah, okay. And then I will click on the targeted, and I will just drag down the target on the streets. One thing again I forgot to mention is make the light invisible. Make the lights invisible. Just click on the lights and click on options and make them invisible. So I will create some light inside the building again. Go to Vdfr light, and now we will create plain lights for the interior of the building. I'll just create some rectangular plain lights. I'll put a really warm color into it. Really go for it, and then press OK. And for multiplier, we'll put it around 500 and rotate, and make sure the angle snap tool is on so that you can rotate it 90 degrees exactly. So I will place these rectangular lights inside the building, inside the interior of the building. It's way too big for a floor. So in the modify tool, I will decrease the width and the height, width and length. Okay, the width looks right, and I will decrease the length. I will make the length like as much as the floor height. So again, the important thing, does uncheck effect specular and check invisible. Make the lights invisible and check on effect and uncheck on effect specular. If you do not uncheck that, your lights, the reflections of your lights will be shown in the streets and in the glasses. You don't want that. Now I'm just copying the light. The method will be copy because I want different intensity for different floors. So I'm copying the lights for every floor, and I'll keep doing it for every side. So I have put the lights, and now I will make some adjustments to the plants. This plants looks bigger in camera and hides the view of the fence, so I will just decrease their size. And I will put some more trees behind our building, so the background sky doesn't show up. I'll just copy and make the heights different from each other. I'm just putting more trees. I'm just copying the existing trees and putting them in different places. If you put a tree in front of the exterior, it will create reflections on the glasses of the windows, so it will look good. It will look more realistic. It's a good thing that we have created proxies for all the trees, so it's really easy to just copy them and put as many as trees you want. And I want to also copy this little sphere light that we have put in this area. And I will just make these plants smaller. Let's select unhide all. So now I will import some human 3D models. I have 2 3D models. I will import them and place them. You can place wherever you want. I will place one inside the building, inside the stair area. Make sure they're placed properly. These are really realistic human figures. So this one is done, and I have another one, and this one I think I'll put on street. Just put it there. But it's not, it's hiding behind the, bring it forward and put it on the corner of the road. Make sure it's not floating, make sure it's touching the ground, and that's all. So that's the thing, that's the whole thing. Now just let's go to rendering and make the render setup. Select the render setup. Now in the output size we will select Quad HD, and image sampler type we will select bucket, and in GI the primary engine will be irradiance map and the secondary engine will be light cache, and render elements we will select V-Ray alpha, V-Ray lighting, Vd reflection, refraction, and Vd shadow. Why we are selecting this? We are selecting this for post-production. I will make another tutorial about this, how to create these render elements and use them in post-production in Photoshop. So after selecting all the render elements, that's okay. So that's all for render setup. Now press render and let's see how the scene comes up. So after 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours, this is the scene. I think it looks okay. For a tutorial. If I had more time, I would do more things, but as you know, it's a tutorial. I didn't do much. So if you guys think that you have learned something from it, or if you appreciate my work, please like my video and subscribe to the channel. I know I'm not really strong in the spoken area. I'm not good at English, so I apologize for that. I hope you guys will stick around and we'll see in the next tutorial. Stay safe, stay healthy, bye, and don't forget to subscribe.